Misty, and Aimee, and what? Who are these people? You guys know Executive Director, Library Director, Josephine. Yes, and we're here with cookbook author.
What? And Batavian.
And Batavian. Sorry, that was upside down. Okay, can you say your last name for me?
Lamplough, Jennifer Lamplough.
Okay.
I go by Jen.
Jen.
Yeah.
We know her by Jen. Okay,
Yeah.
so she's got these cookbooks. She's got more than these, but these are the ones you can check out from the library. Actually, this is her newer one, except this one is on, you can put it on hold at the library now. But we're here at the Northern Illinois Food Bank because she's got access to this amazing kitchen, and we don't have this at the library, not yet anyway. So,
Looking at you, Josephine.
yeah. So she's going to show us how to make something.
Yeah.
We're so excited.
Yeah.
We're gonna chat.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome.
All right, I'm going back this way.
Okay.
All right. So I picked a recipe out of this, our newest cookbook, the Diabetes Cookbook.
I love this.
This is a really easy. I'm always looking for good lunch solutions because I try to pack my lunch every day, which I don't always achieve, but I try.
It's okay.
And I want something super easy, and I want something that I don't need a lot of ingredients for. And so this is only 3-ingredient tuna salad. And it's also heart healthy.
Right.
So we have some heart healthy fats in there, super high protein, and it's got some veggies. I try to put veggies in everything I cook because I don't get, like, I get tired of eating, I don't know about you, I get tired of eating salads, and I get tired of eating like carrots and ranch. So I try to put veggies in every single thing that I make, and so this has got a ton of veggies in it too.
So before we get started, can we talk author?
Sure.
Okay, so your cookbooks are diabetic cookbooks.
Yes, they're published by the American Diabetes Association.
Nice.
Yes.
What inspired you to go this route?
So I'm a chef by trade, and my best friend is a dietitian.
Okay.
And she's a certified diabetes educator, and we kind of felt like, oh, a chef and a dietitian, it's a good combo.
Mm-hmm.
And we've been best friends since we were 12 years old. And we wanted to do something together, so we said, let's see if we can write a book. And so we pitched our first book, which is called The Healthy Calendar, Diabetic Cooking, and it's all your dinners for the week, Monday through Friday for the whole year. And each week has a grocery list. Yeah, it's like, I know, right? It's like great, and it's like, yes, they're recipes for people with diabetes, but they're really how we all should be eating. High fiber, whole grains, healthy heart fats, higher protein. It doesn't mean no sugar, it just means balanced sugar. And so we pitched it to the ADA and they liked it, and so that's when it started. And that book actually came out 20 years ago. Our first book came out in 2004. And so then we continued to write books for the ADA. Our second one was The Healthy Carb, Diabetes Cookbook, and that was around 2010, I think, or so. 2008, 2010, that's when we really started understanding whole grains and how important whole grains are in your diet. And then we wrote this one, the Diabetes Cookbook. They wanted one that was just sort of like all-encompassing of all the different types of cuisines. And so each chapter is kind of not a fad diet per se, but like one chapter is the Mediterranean way of eating. One chapter is gluten-free, one chapter is quick and easy, one chapter is more foodie, so a little bit harder, but not really hard recipes. But it's really for everybody's taste. And so...
And this works for whether you have type 1 or type 2.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, type 2 is really more diet controlled.
Yeah.
And so it's really specifically for people with type 2, but type 1 as well. And really, again, anyone who just wants to eat healthy. And then the fourth book is the Diabetic Cooking Made Easy. And that's really, that was the most recent one. And I did that one by myself.
Okay.
And I really, ever since I started working at the food bank and working with people who are food insecure,
Okay.
you know, people who are food insecure are more likely to have diabetes. And so we want to really make options for people easy, have food in the food pantries out there for people so that they can make easy things to treat their chronic disease. We have a whole department here at Northern Illinois Food Bank around healthy communities and working with people with chronic disease, and so that's what inspired that book. And so it's really just kind of really simple, really basic, like here's how you make chicken stock and here's how you roast salmon, and really simple to make it easy for everybody.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Right, especially for the new year.
Oh, totally. Yep.
Okay, please.
Okay,
Continue.
so I'm gonna make a recipe out of the Diabetes Cookbook, and this is in our low carb chapter.
Okay.
And so sometimes people get scared of low carb, but again, what that means is just that it's high in fiber. So this recipe has 18 grams of protein.
Nice.
It's got 3 grams of fiber. It's low in fat. It's around 5 grams of fat per serving. And it really, even though 5 grams of fat to some people might sound high, it's actually really the good hard healthy fat. So instead of using mayonnaise as our base for the tuna salad, we use avocado. And so this is a Hass avocado. You want it to be pretty ripe because you want it to be really soft. And the way you can test that is really around the stem end, and you just want to give it a little press.
Kind of like a melon?
Kind of like a melon, and it should press in without being mushy.
Nice.
So you press it and it bounces back. If you press it and your fingerprint stays, then it's most likely.
Because you can't do anything with an unripe avocado.
I mean,
it's
you
like
can throw it in a
happy
smoothie. I mean, an unripe one, yes. You can
Yeah.
put it in a smoothie and blend it up. But yeah, an unripe
But also
avocado
the
for this
flavor
won't
gets
work.
better if it's
The flavor
ripe.
gets tons better.
Yeah.
And they tend to be a little almost sour when they're unripe. This is like, I mean,
Right.
it's like the best, purest, good, hard, healthy fat. So the way you do it is you cut into it until you hit the seed, and then I just kind of roll the knife. Oop, this one's so ripe, it just kind of popped right out.
Oh, it's perfect.
Isn't that perfect? That's a perfect
No
avocado.
brown, nothing.
And then your seed might pop out, but if it doesn't, you can just sort of pop it, hit it with your knife and give it a little twist, and it'll pop right out.
I had a dog that was obsessed with avocados.
I love avocados. My son is 8, almost 9 now, but his very first food was avocado. Like soft food, or, people food, not milk. And so I always love avocados. It always makes me think of him being a baby. So what I do is I just sort of take my fingers and just give it a squeeze. Always make sure you wash your avocados before you cut them. People forget that stuff sometimes, but
Yeah.
they're dirty on the outside, so make sure you wash them.
Because everybody's been testing them. to
Yeah,
see
and they've
if
been
they're right.
shipped and they've been in your food bin, or your fridge. So make sure you wash the outside of that. Josephine, do you want to take a fork and just kind of mash that
Mash
up
it
for me?
Okay.
Yeah.
Slightly chunky?
You can do it pretty smooth. So then we're gonna take tuna. We're gonna add tuna to this. These are just these awesome tuna pouches. You don't have to drain them. They're just straight tuna.
And it's less than what you would have in one of the small cans?
Yeah,
So
these are a
you're-
little smaller. These are 2.5 ounces. So you want about 6.5 ounces of tuna altogether. So you can do, 2 or 3 of these pouches.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna do 2 today, but you can do 3 of these pouches to get the full serving.
How's that?
And so
But if
it's
you
good.
use the can,
Smooth enough?
If you use the can, yeah, you want like 2. Yeah, perfect. You want like 2 of the 3. They're like 3.2 ounce cans. You're gonna want to use those. So we're just gonna pour our tuna in there. Make sure you get it all out. And then the way that we flavor this, a lot of tuna salad has like chopped celery and eggs and all this stuff, but pico de gallo it's a fresh salsa
It's all
basically.
ready to go.
It's all ready to go, and you can buy it like in the produce section of the grocery store or in the deli section. And it doesn't have any like added salt or anything like that to it. It's just usually tomatoes and onions and cilantro and peppers, and maybe a squeeze of lime juice. And so it's really flavorful too. And then you get all those yummy veggies. So this is half a cup of fresh pico de gallo. You want to throw that in there for me?
yes,
And this is this couldn't be easier really.
right?
And so then once you have everything in there, you kind of just gently toss it all together. And you can make this spicy, so if you like really spicy food, you can use spicy pico de gallo or add extra hot peppers to it. I'm on this tuna melt kick. I don't know, I love tuna melts. I know it's so retro, but I love tuna melts. So I actually use this and I make a quesadilla out of it.
Oh,
So it's
nice.
got a little Latin flair tuna melt. And so then I usually just serve this either in lettuce wraps or with some whole grain crackers, which I have both of those things here. So are you guys both willing to taste?
Yeah.
But you can see how nice and creamy this is. And there's no mayo in this whatsoever.
Amazing.
It's all just super easy, heart healthy fat. And I take this for lunch and it's one of my favorites. Because I feel like I always have these ingredients in my house. Maybe not the pico de gallo, but I always have at least the base of this in my house.
Pico de gallo, even if you don't have it already made, it's easy to make.
It is
But
super-
You gotta have the jalapeno.
Yeah.
You put cilantro.
Cilantro, yep. And you can leave the cilantro out if you're not a cilantro person.
Right.
I am too. So I just buy it ready-made in the produce department.
Right.
They have it ready to go. What do you think?
So easy.
Thumbs up? Good?
Yes.
Yeah, love that.
Why didn't it just naturally occur to me to use avocado instead of mayonnaise?
And it's great, right? You can use it for chicken salad too. All sorts of stuff. I would say the biggest issue is that the avocado starts to turn brown, but because there's acid in the pico de gallo,
Oh.
that'll keep it from going brown super fast. But if you were to make this and then eat it tomorrow, you might have a little bit of brown spots, but
But it's still good.
it's still good. I just mix it
Yeah.
up and it's totally fine. add a little extra avocado too if you want some fresh. And if you don't even want to like buy a whole avocado and cut it up, just buy guacamole that has the tomatoes and onions and stuff in it and mix it with tuna. And it's basically the same thing.
Right, it's like pico de gallo with avocado.
Yeah, so you don't even have to like use a knife. You can literally just mix it all together and it's super duper easy.
That's good.
Yeah.
This was amazing. Okay, so also I read that you're a runner.
Well, I was. I haven't been running lately, but I work for a group called Not Your Average Runner, and we help women become runners.
Okay.
Usually middle-aged women who don't typically see themselves as runners. We help them learn.
me.
Yeah, we help them learn how to run in the body they have.
Yeah.
So we have a group called Not Your Average Runner. There's a podcast and all sorts of stuff, and it's really fun. And it's just helping people. I've been a runner for a long time. I just haven't been running lately. I've kind of been on more of a strength training kick. But I did the Chicago Marathon in 2017.
The whole
Yes, took me a very long time. But we have a marathon team here at the food bank, so if like somebody wants to join, you could raise money for the food bank and run the marathon. So, and then we also do it's called the Fight Hunger 5K 10K, and so that's in April. I can't remember when, but you can look on our website, and you can raise money for the food bank that way too, and do a 5K or 10K.
But you are a Batavian, right?
I am a Batavian, yes.
Okay.
Not. I wasn't born in Batavia, but I've lived here since 2007.
Nice.
Yes, yeah.
We're so excited you got your cookbooks.
Thank you. Thanks for
Library.
having them. I appreciate it. I love the library. I'm so grateful you guys have my books. It's really fun. It's been a really fun sort of side career being a cookbook author.
Do you have anything
Yeah.
in the works now?
Not at the moment. We are figuring out what to do. You know, with the American Diabetes Association is not publishing cookbooks right now, and so we're thinking about either doing something else or going back to them because they might start back up again.
Okay.
Not quite sure yet, but as of right now, just working at the food bank, trying to raise money for us here. We have so many people in need right now.
Yeah.
The need is so high, and we need food.
And you serve all of northern Illinois?
Yeah, so the 13 counties surrounding Cook County. So from outside of Cook County all the way up to the Wisconsin border, all the way out to Stevenson County, which is really far west, and then down to Kankakee. So it's 13, like it makes a C kind of around Cook County.
And if somebody wanted to make a donation, they just go on your website?
Yeah, they could just go to our website. It's solvehungertoday.org.
Okay.
And there's a button that says donate, and you can donate right there. You can become a regular donor. You can come volunteer. We always need volunteers, both at our centers. We have 4 centers in Northern Illinois. This is our main one here in Geneva.
Okay.
So either at one of our centers or out in the field and serving. We call the people we serve our neighbors, so serving our neighbors who need some groceries, food assistance.
Very cool.
Yeah, it's been really great. This is an amazing place. If you haven't volunteered here, I highly recommend it.
It's a big place.
Yeah, it's huge.
It's really big.
Yeah.
And it's bustling with activity.
Always. The need is it's the highest. I've been here, it'll be 9 years in a couple weeks, and it's the highest I've ever seen. It's higher than the height of the pandemic, the need
Wow.
right now.
Really?
Yeah.
And what do you think that's?
Well, people didn't really get a chance to recover from the pandemic, and then inflation hit, and everything's just so expensive, and a lot of the
It really is.
extra benefits that people got during the pandemic went away, and people just didn't have a chance to recover yet, and so it's just been really hard.
How do you identify those communities or those families that?
We serve anybody who comes to us.
Okay.
So if you need food, we serve you. We have agencies that are food pantries and soup kitchens. Batavia has the Batavia Interfaith Food Pantry, which is amazing. They do such amazing work. And if you need food assistance, you usually just self-attest that you're in need.
Okay.
There are some government programs that you have to qualify for, like SNAP benefits, which used to be called food stamps.
Yeah.
So there's some qualification for that, but otherwise it's just a self-attest
Okay.
that you're in need.
Okay.
Yep.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
you're so
Thank
welcome. You guys ever want to come visit or volunteer? Let us know. I'd love to have you.
Okay.
All right.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Healthy
Thanks, everybody.
eating.
Yes, healthy eating.